Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot of time.
Hello everybody, this is Taylor from the NBC Sports Booth, and today we welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the first race of the new season. The first race of the new sponsor. Just a couple of months ago, it's called the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Today it's a new league. It's the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series season. And we started off by having the top 15 in points battling it out. We have qualifying results pulled up on your screen. Basically, the qualifying results are the top 15 drivers in this thing. I will also later on show you the 2003 Winston Cup Series results. Well, standings, not results. Points results. We will talk about these drivers in the 2003 season as we roll on. But with this race being the first of the NASCAR Nextel Cup season, we promise you that just because it's a new sponsor does not mean that the whole racing thing's changed. But let's go ahead and let's get this race underway, shall we? So we have Dylan Jacobs in the 6 Viagra, Ford on the pole. And we also have Kenny Wallace in the 29 with a little help from Dale Earnhardt. Hopefully 29 will go to victory lane. That's what the 29 wants. But the pace car is rolling off. We're set to go racing here at Daytona International Speedway. The format for today's race, we have 50 laps with a competition yellow on lap 29 that would race back to the line. Will bring us to lap 30. And we would have a 15 lap shootout. Pit stops are going to be a huge factor in today's race, depending on what's going to happen. Pace cars rolling into turns 3 and 4. You can see that once again we're rolling under the lights here at Daytona International Speedway. Pace cars about to roll off down pit road. Got plenty of drivers that you guys have seen before in the 2003 season. Pace cars down pit road. We are ready to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Jacobs will lead these guys off to the green flag. The first green flag of the Nextel Cup Series is waving at Daytona. Dylan Jacobs with a quick lead out in front of the 29 car. And the 12 of Taylor Fry is definitely falling off the pace. Probably missed a shift or two as he is falling way off the pace. That could hurt him in the long run if a caution doesn't come out soon. Dylan Jacobs is in the lead, however, and he's got Bobby Labonte right behind him. Coming down into the backstretch, Bobby Labonte's being challenged for second by Nick Bergwald in the 7. Side by side for the second spot is double file throughout this entire track except for first place. We go on board with the 7 car, Nick Bergwald. Of course, we do have Nextel stripes on the back of these cars for the Daytona weekend. That'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. Nick Bergwald trying to get the lead away from Dylan Jacobs. And we also have our 2003 Winston Cup champion of Austin Delgado. Going to give the bump to his MB2 teammate of Johnny Benson. MB2 going to a 4-car team. It consists of the 7-car Nick Bergwald, who's right in second. Third place, Johnny Benson. Fourth place of Austin Delgado and Joe Nemechek, who was not in this race because he didn't make the top 15. Got the rear cam of Dylan Jacobs as the 7 car is about to look underneath him for the lead, coming into turn 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead, and Nick will clear that 6 car really quickly coming into turns, coming off of turn 4. 3 cars falling off the pace there. That would be Kerry Earnhardt in the 8, Terry Labonte in the 5, and Taylor in the 12. Depending on what happens in this race, could hurt those 3 a lot. 2 laps completed out of this 50-lap sprint. Then again, we still have pit stops and the competition yellow in the next couple of, just past halfway. Bergwald's coming down the back straightaway. He's getting a lot of help from his MB2 teammates as they are 1, 2, and 3. MB2 trying to be the most dominant team today. We got going on board with Matt Kenseth here from Roush. MB2 being Chevys this year. Switched from Pontiacs to Chevys. In turn 4, got 3 wide back there as well. It's all single file until you get to the last rows, and it's 3 wide, including our pole sitter in the mix there. 3 laps completed. MB2 is 1, 2, and 3. Like we said, MB2 is trying their best to be the most dominant team of the season. They have Nick Bergwald, the Daytona 500 champion from last year. They had Johnny Benson, who is retiring this year, at the end of this year. Hopefully probably going to have a good season. We also have the 2003 champion of Austin Delgado right behind these guys, trying to see if he can get another champion for 2 years in a row. These 3 drivers trying to have the most dominant year of this season. We also have many other drivers that have switched positions, many other drivers that have switched teams, many of drivers who swapped rides. As we go on the rear camera view of Johnny Benson in the 10 car. It's pack racing. It's pretty tight, especially if you're single file. The inside line, of course, the preferred line. And of course, there's only 15 cars. Not a whole lot of action throughout the track. Well, we are hopefully going to be having such a good race today, and as well as throughout Speed Weeks. And Speed Weeks will be all on NBC except for the truck race. That will be on Fox. Meanwhile, this 12 car, Taylor Fry, he's having a struggle of this race. Started last place after wrecking in qualifying. Oh, my voice. Wrecking in qualifying, and now is looking like he's not gaining much position whatsoever. Taylor Fry, who was at Penske in 2003, announced that he was leaving, but then announced later on that he was going to be returning, and he returned to Penske, going a couple more years for the 12. Nick Bergwald still leads. We go on board with Jeff Gordon in the 24, trying to get that Rainbow Warriors machine to the victory lane. Got a couple of cars bottoming it out. Some drivers even hitting the apron. Could hurt them if they slide up the track. At least if they are going up the track, they better be single file, because if they're it's dangerous to go double file. Jeff Gordon in 2003 did not have such a good year, but one driver who did have such a good year is this 28 car, Christopher Owen. He won 2 races in 2003, being the rookie. He won Rockingham, the 2nd race of the season, and he won North Wilkesboro just midway through. We also have a new camera here on NBC, that being the cockpit camera, that will always be held by either Johnny Benson or Taylor Fry. Maybe some other drivers will hold it, but mainly these 2 are going to be the ones holding the cockpit camera. So we see that 12 car struggling a lot as he's entering turn 3 and 4. These drivers up here. Ooh! Jeff Gordon almost got turned by the 28, but the 28 just went into the apron and keeps it clean. That was pretty close between those 2 drivers. Could have ended in tragedy. Luckily, they keep it straight. And I think Chris only lost a spot there. If I said Cody, I'm sorry. Ooh, look at Jeff Gordon, that 24, going to the apron. The whole thing with Cody being sponsored by Oreos last year and then them leaving to sponsor Chris, it's still confusing, especially how similar those cars look. As Chris is trying to take Jeff Gordon 3 wide with Bev Jordan in the 99. So we have a couple of driver updates. We have Kerry Earnhardt in the 8 car for this year. He's still driving the 8 car, but instead of Budweiser, he's going to be sponsored by Post. We have Terry Labonte in the 5. Ignore the sponsor on the hood. Picked the wrong car for this race. We have Terry Labonte sticking to Hendrick for this year. We have the 12 car of Taylor Fry sticking it to Penske for this year. He's staying in Penske and he's driving the Metallica Ride the Lightning car. It's a good looking ride by him. We have Bev Jordan riding his riding his 99 car, hopefully being able to score a good season this season. You have 16 of Greg Biffle staying in his spot. Oh, he's blowing up. Greg Biffle blows up here on lap 10. And that is not how you want to be in this race. Ooh, that is... Ooh, that route. Ooh. Roush engines at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. But that will not bring out the caution, because it looks like there won't be a good chunk of fluid being dropped. I have Kenny Wallace in the 29, have Bobby Labonte in the 18, taking Dylan Jacobs for pole sitter 3 wide. That's pretty scary. Speaking of Dylan Jacobs, he's staying at Roush for this season. And he's driving Viagra for this race, but he will mostly drive Little Caesars for this season. They'll swap off between Viagra and Little Caesars. We have Elliott Sadler in the 38, staying at Robert Yates, racing for 2004, keeping that M&M's machine alive for another year. He was pretty high in the points. He was second throughout half of the season. Then started falling off, but kept in the top 15, which got him into this race. We also have Matt Kenseth trying to take another year here, hopefully getting a good, decent... Hopefully Matt Kenseth will have a good year. That's something we'll look forward to in the next couple of weeks, going on board with Christopher Owen, who was the Rookie of the Year. He won 2 races and was able to managed to stick his nose in the playoff. Well, he's sticking his nose right underneath that 17 car for a second. There. That was a little... Oh, okay. Maybe he's trying to stick his nose underneath him a little too much. Alright, anyways. Stuck his nose in for 2 wins and is looking to get more this season. That's why Oreo signed on to this rookie, because he has a lot of potential. He's no longer a rookie now. He's entering his 2nd year of this season. Nick Bergwald continues to lead here at Daytona International Speedway with 12 laps about to be completed in this one. Johnny Benson's trying to get in the victory lane pretty early in his retirement year. Of course, we will also have the Busch Series, so if you want to see developmental drivers looking to get into the Nextel Cup Series, Busch Series is the one that you want to watch. As there will not be a lot of bushwhackers, if at all. And there'll be some truck drivers even being up at the Busch Series, but you'll find that out soon. Coming down the back straightaway here on lap 13. We'll take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back in a few moments to continue on. The top 15 race, the Nextel Cup Series, will resume in a...
Don't go into the grass. Don't go into turn 3. Don't go into turn 3. God, no. Jerry, don't go into turn 3. Think of your wife. Think of your kids. Don't do it, Jerry. You have so much to live for. Don't go into turn 3. Jerry! Jerry! Why'd you do it, Jerry? Why'd you go into turn 3? We told you not to. No! Jerry! Kentucky Speedway, the most dangerous corner in NASCAR. Dramatic commercial is dramatic. Fuck me.
Alright. Let's get something done today, shall we? Oh, what the fuck? Microsoft. Because every time you click on something, we're gonna crash on you. Buy us now.
Cookies with smooth caramel and chocolate. Twix. Also available in peanut butter. There's no soul to
third.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway, where Nick Bergwall leads the Nextel Cup Series Top 15 race here at Daytona. This Top 15 race is very, very important, as we see the MB2 drivers and the 24 Jeff Gordon coming down pit road, looking like they're going to start taking fuel because they cannot make it all the way around without running out of fuel. And by that case, Kenny Wallace in the 29 will take the lead. Now Beth Jordan in second, Matt Kenseth in third. It's side-by-side battle for the fourth spot between Chris and Elliott Sadler. One thing we have yet to mention is the fact that this season will be in the chase. We will have the chase format as Beth Jordan goes to the lead in turn 3 and 4. Does anybody come down this time? Nobody. Look like these guys are going to stretch it maybe a couple more laps. Anyways, last year we had no chase whatsoever. This year we will have a chase format. More information about this chase format that is becoming brand new to the series. More information will be given to us during the Bud Shootouts, the polls, and Daytona. Bud Shootout polls? No, I meant the shootouts, the duels. And also about the duels is, duels are pretty stacked. We have 60 drivers on the entry list for the Daytona 500, and only 43 can make it. As many drivers are coming down pit road, only 2 have stayed out, and that being Matt Kenseth and Beth Jordan. Only 2 drivers are staying out. Interesting strategy by these 2 drivers as we see the MB2 teammates and Jeff Gordon coming off pit road. The thing that we also have yet to mention is the fact that a lot of these drivers, they're going to have better equipment from last year. MB2, those guys are going to have better equipment. I don't know about Joe Nemechek. Depending on what Joe's done the past few weeks at MB2. Joe Nemechek's been that driver who's been off lately. As the 2 drivers of Matt Kenseth and Beth Jordan are coming down pit road, smoking those tires before getting that 55 mile per hour limit. We will go ahead and take it to the pit lane cam here, as the drivers are coming down pit road, because third place of Kenny Wallace is still 9 seconds back. They still have a lot of time. It'll be hard to find that 29 car in this pack here. It's packed. And speaking of pack, it's packed stands here today. I don't know why people are packed this place, but hey, it's NASCAR. Every race is packed. As Beth Jordan rolls off pit road first, looking like Matt Kenseth had a little of a slow stop. 30 seconds back. Ooh. It's quite the gap between first and second. But here they come. Now they're coming down the back straightaway. You can see you can see it just in the corner of the screen. You can see Kenny Wallace in the background with Bobby Labonte. It's the 2 drivers, Beth Jordan and Matt Kenseth, battling it out for the lead here. There's a couple of car lengths spreads them apart. Now this will also, just because of this pit stop, this is why we have a competition yellow, where the competition yellow will make these guys go down pit road, and that will make it to where these guys can have enough fuel to stretch it the entire way, which is good for many drivers. As lap 21 rolls around, it's Beth Jordan versus Matt Kenseth for the lead. Matt Kenseth puts the bumper to the 99. 99 moves up the track. Matt Kenseth looking to try and make a move for the lead down the back straightaway. Doesn't get it there. Looks like that 99 had a lot of speed. These two are trying to salvage what they can get out of this. Because there is a pack of 10 cars. I want to say probably not 10, but like 6 cars behind them. Charging 2 drivers in a draft is not good when it's tripled that amount of cars right behind them charging at the same pace. Even faster because they have more drivers to get air off of. With these 2 drivers battling for the lead, we have Austin Elgato in 3rd place. Trying to take the... Well, he's trying to lead the way to try and charge up to the front here. And they're doing it real quick. Everybody's trying to survive this onslaught here. No drivers have gone a lap down yet. Not to our scoring. It's all single file. Oh, Johnny Benson's blowing up! The 10 car's blowing up. You can't make it a pit road this time. And that will bring out a caution, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, that's a caution. That is going to change everything. Ooh, this is something. That'll bunch the field back up. But that is just a terrible, terrible... That's just terrible for the 10 car. But this is good news for that 10 car, as it is a fun race. This is just for fun. But back to the line, Matt Kenseth has taken the lead away from Beth Churton. He may be able to lead him to the yellow, it looks like. Am I correct? He throws the block to the 99. And he's going to hold him off. Matt Kenseth will lead him to the yellow. Now, according to NASCAR, you're still going to have that competition yellow. As everybody starts to start. Good grammar. Everybody starts to slow down as the pace car is coming to the backstretch. We will take another quick commercial break. We will be back in a moment. As these drivers are going to take a breather, get a drink in their car, and hopefully keep it green until the competition yellow, where everything is going to change. This caution changes everything, ladies and gentlemen. We will return in a moment, live from Daytona International Speedway.
Hey, Bobby, how do you get to the chase?
You know where they race modifieds? Start there. Then you'll go past a lot of trucks.
Okay.
What am I, your tour guide? Beat it.
Easy, Kevin. Want to take home the title? You gotta get to the chase first. NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. Rated E for everyone.
Just follow me.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I love my work. I really have the best job in the world. Hey, how are you? Everyone that I have ever met likes everyday low prices.
I know if I came here, I got the best deal.
You can go into Walmart and know it's a huge team effort to ensure that you're getting these low prices.
It makes me feel like I've got somebody on my side.
On our 39th anniversary and every day of the year, always.
When I walk out of here with my receipt, I see my savings.
Everyone likes to save money. It makes you feel good.
Hey you, yes you, I got a question for you, sir. Are you tired of drinking that shitty Chevrolet only from JJ's Cafe? Well, today we added a new thing on the menu to help your needs of taste. Introducing the Pepper Latte. If you are sick and tired of drinking motor oil, well, sir, you're gonna have a healthy body after drinking every ounce of this. Herbs of spices, of peppers, and nutrients absorbed from corn, we decided to make the Pepper Latte. It is amazingly good. Come order it now. Available at JJ's Cafe.
This is fucking nasty. Goddamn.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Fucking goddamn fucking goddamn fucking fuck.
New 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway. Matt Kenseth is going to lead these guys off to the green flag yet again. We will have a 1 green flag lap, and then when everybody crosses the line, the yellow flag will be shown because of the competition yellow. When that yellow flag is thrown and they race back to the line, and everything gets settled, everybody will go down to pit, which means everybody will make it on fuel. Pace cars down pit road. And we are back racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Austin Delgado trying to take the second spot away from Beth Jerton. He's going to be able to get that right up to... He's going to be able to get underneath them and pass him. And since that 17 car is pulling away, that's not going to help. That's not going to help whatsoever. They're going to really pull up to him as soon as they get into turn 3 and 4. Yep, just like that. Austin's making a move for the lead. Oh, that was a crazy cyclist sequence right there. 17 car keeps the lead. Matt Kenseth holding on with everything he's got. 42's trying to take the lead to come across that line. Gotta wait a couple of seconds here. Matt Kenseth crosses the line. Competition yellow has been thrown, ladies and gentlemen. This is the yellow flag. They're racing back to the line. So, of course, this is competition yellow. Everybody will be able to go down pit road, take some tires and fuel if they need to, and be able to run the rest of this race with not needing to go down pit road anymore, unless they need to finish up damage. Oh, what a move. Oh, what a move by that 42. That was a move. That was that for sure. Kenseth's looking like he's going to drop low. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong. I don't know, but Nick will take the lead and cross that line first. Beth Jerton second, Austin third, and Matt Kenseth falls to fourth. Look like he may take a quick breather, and I know we will too. So we're going to take a quick commercial break yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's going to go down pit road. Whew. We'll be back in a moment.
There's a new pizza from Pizza Hut with only one thing on its mind. That's Dippin', darling. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Dippin' Strips Pizza. A box full of dipponomically designed strips that just beg to be dunked in 1, 2, 3 delectable dipping sauces. Ranch, garlic, and marinara. All just $9.99 for one topping. So dive into Pizza Hut's new Dippin' Strips Pizza and let the dipping begin. Gather round the good stuff.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car is about to enter down the back straightaway with its lights off. We're going to have a little less than 15 to go now because of what happened during the caution. We were supposed to go back to green with 15 to go, like on schedule. But due to Austin Delgado blowing up after hitting Matt Kenseth coming to the line to serve that competition yellow, it blew up. It just randomly blew up. So MB2 is having a terrible day. And you don't see Nick anywhere because when they were coming across the line, since they had an extra lap or two of a caution, and came down pit road, get a little more fuel. So Nick's all the way in the back, but he has some fuel left in his tank that these drivers probably won't have if we stay green all the way, which is probably likely depending on what's going to happen. In any case, Pace car is going to go down pit road, and we're going to restart with Beth Jordan in first, Bobby Labonte second, Kenny Wallace in third, Elliott Sadler fourth, and Kerry Earnhardt in fifth. As the green flag's back out and waving, you're at Daytona International Speedway. Kenny Wallace trying to take the lead in turn one. Nothing happened throughout the tri-oval. Kenny Wallace will take the lead. Elliott Sadler's going to take second. Fastest lap goes to Austin Elgato and Nick Bergwald. MB2 makes up 3 out of these 5 spots. Too bad 2 of them are not even in this race anymore. What a shame. But meanwhile, look at this 12 car, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor Fry back up to the 2nd spot. It's the furthest he's been all race long. He's been in the back all race. Thanks to the cautions. He's showing the speed that he has. He's at 2nd right now. He's fallen off a little bit to Kenny Wallace, but I think that may be planned, as he's trying his hardest to get up to Kenny Wallace and just take the lead away from him. He's got that other MB2 driver of Nick Bergwald right behind him. Gonna wonder if that 12 car, what does that 12 car fear more? Does he fear wrecking Kenny Wallace, which he about does here, or does he fear that 7 car in his mirror? That 7 car is very aggressive in the super speedways. He will dump anybody if he needs to. As a 3 wide for the lead, Taylor will go on the apron, give that 7 car a lot of space on the outside. Looking like Taylor's just going to back out of here and just let the 7 car do what he needs to do. Jeff Gordon's around in turn 1. Heavy impact on the rear side of that car. Kenny Wallace avoids it just barely. A 24 car had a hard lick on the rear end of that car. Just an ow moment for that 24. Rear wheels lifted off the ground. And that was just a terrible crash by that 24. But it looks like that 24 car could continue to run. But I think Jeff is going to call it a day. As the battle for the lead roars on, Matt Kenseth tries to take the lead, but it doesn't work. Not this time. It'll be Nick who crosses the line in first place. When they cross that line to get another yellow out, this would give us a little less than 10 laps of a shootout. So, another commercial break. Yay. All right. We'll be back in a moment.
Drivers ready! Hey, wait, whoa. What are we racing for anyway? For fun? How about let's race for a Coke? Go! Out the road, buddy. Harvick, come on. Got some horsepower, Bobby. Come on, DJ, get out of the way. Going down, Walter. Sorry, Kyle. No problem. I just wrecked in turn 5. Last lap. Nice race, guys. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, we need you in the pits. Oh, dang. Sorry about your little car, Tony.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway, and you see the tire marks in turn 1. That was from Jeff Gordon that brought out this latest caution. Nick Bergwald's in the lead. Matt Kenseth in second. Taylor Fry, who started dead last, is up to 4th. Bobby Labonte's up to the 5th spot. One thing that we've always forgotten to mention on NBC, these are sponsors. Sponsored by Budweiser for the Bud Pole Award. That has been given to Dylan Jacobs in the 6th, who's currently in the back. Don't know his exact position. I'm going to guess 9th. Yep. Meanwhile, as well, we also are sponsored by many other sponsors, but we'll probably go on with those as we continue this season. Pace car is coming out of turns 3 and 4. Gonna give Nick Bergwald the green flag yet again. Nick Bergwald trying to sweep Daytona for the 3rd straight time. Well, not sweep it, but he's trying to win it for the 3rd straight time. He won the Daytona 500 in 03. He won the Pepsi 400 in 03. He's looking to win this race, and he's got other chances to as well. Could have a, if everything were to go right, he would have a 5 Daytona win streak going into the 500. Well, coming out of the 500, I mean. And it turns 1 and 2. Nick holds on to the lead. Matt Kenseth trying to battle with him. 3rd place is spread out to a car length. As that 12 car trying to make a move to the outside, and the outside line just had no help whatsoever. That 12 car trying to work his way back up to the front of the field. Question is, can he do it? He has a lot of help from Chris behind him. The inside line does have a lot of help, and you can just look at how this car looks. But this 12 car is really trying his hardest to revamp his 2003 season. We'll talk more about his 03 season. He's trying to get the memories of Daytona out of his head from 02. And, oh no, Nick is turned! Matt Kenseth turned the 7 car. Oh no! Oh no! Hard hit! The 17 got hit hard by Kerry Earnhardt. And we will look back at this to give you exactly what happened, but that 17 car hit extremely hard. Let's show you what happened. So as you see here, Nick just gets turned. Looks like he just got a little loose, slid up the track, tried to come down. And what happened was the 17 of Matt Kenseth got involved. And just look at this wreck here. And they're just wrecking. Matt Kenseth comes down right into Elliott Sadler. Turns him again. Now watch this hit by Kerry Earnhardt. Just watch that. Watch that 8 car. Just, oh man. That was passenger side, but that really looked like it hurt. There he goes right on top of the 38 again. That's the reason why Elliott Sadler's out of this race. A car just climbs on top of him as Matt Kenseth just took a big lick. That was just a big lick by that 17 car. Just, oh, that looked like it hurt tremendously. Let me see if, here we go. Up to the lead, however, is that 12 car of Taylor Fry. Avoided this wreck. He was really close to it as well. You saw how close he was. He was almost right to the 17's bumper. He's going to be able to lead him back. And this will give us 12 car a chance to go from worst to first here at Daytona. As now we were going to have a couple more laps to go when we restart. About 4 to be exact. With our correct math. You hit lap 43, it'd be about 4 laps to go when we restart. Whew. We do have word that Matt Kenseth has been transported to the Halifax Medical Center. And right now we do not have word on if he's okay or not. We know he is. We know that wreck was pretty vicious, but how vicious was that crash? Was it vicious enough to give him severe injuries, fatal? We don't know. What we do know is that he's been transported to the hospital. We will receive an update when we can, but we're just going to fast forward here And we are going to have a couple laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Pace car's lights are off. And there's only 8 cars left in this mix. What started off with 15, it's going to end with 8 or less, depending on what happens. We're just going to keep the ticker up. We're not going to wait a lap like usual. That's the thing with NBC. We always keep our tickers up when there's less than 5 laps to go. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, Taylor could get a quick win in the 2004 season. As the green flag's back out and waving, ladies and gentlemen, with Taylor in the lead, Chris in second, Kenny Wallace in third, Bobby Labonte in fourth, Dylan Jacobs in fifth. Taylor Fry, we noticed that he hasn't had such a good 2003 season when we showed the 2 races. Daytona and the Coke, not the Coke, it's actually the Pepsi 400. Pepsi 400, he wrecked with just a few laps to go. And at Talladega, he came second to Chris. Now this 12 car is looking to get into victory lane real quick this season. Kenny Wallace looking for this side-by-side battle for the lead with the onboard camera of Kenny Wallace. Every car has an onboard camera. And, yeah. Now Kenny Wallace looking like he may be able to take Chris on inside, because that outside line really isn't the best, place ever. That 28 car does have some help. 3 laps to go in today's race, side by side for the lead. It's between Taylor Fry, Christopher Owen. Taylor, of course, won 2 races last season. He won the second Rockingham race, just a couple. Actually, no, it was just 1 race before Homestead. And wow, I forgot his other win. All right. Good job, me. Anyway, I know he won twice in 2003, but I don't remember where else he. Oh yeah, Chicagoland. Yeah, Chicagoland. Anyways, he won twice in 2003 at Chicagoland and Rockingham. Side-by-side battle with Kenny Wallace. So we had 2 laps to go. The outside line trying to push hard to the lead, but it looks like he's all clear. Clear high, clear low. Bobby Labonte's now in second. Christopher Owen's going to take the 3rd spot away from Kenny Wallace. It's just a pack of 5 right now. No, 6. Pack of 6 all battling. It's about to turn into 5 as Beth Jordan is losing the draft really quickly. 5 cars battling it out for the win here on this top 15 race. It doesn't mean much, but it does show you guys the 15 drivers that are going to be the 15 most dominant drivers in 03. Although some of them really didn't look that dominant today. White flag for this 12 car is out, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more lap to go for this 12 car. He's done 2 years in a row of winning at Daytona, both times in the duels. Never a win in the Daytona 500, however. But he may be able to score a victory here in early speed weeks. This could be really good for this 12 car. If he gets a win at Daytona, this would be his 3rd year in a row of winning at Daytona. And I'm counting everything from the duels, the shootouts, and even this top 15 race. It's a fun race, I know, but whatever. Chris is in second, Dylan Jacobs in third. Does anybody have anything left? Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Christopher Owen's looking to the outside. Dylan Jacobs high to the outside. Taylor is all alone. Taylor to the apron. Taylor's going to cross the line in first place, ladies and gentlemen. Christopher Owen is in second with the win by 0.04 of a second. 2 days in a row, ladies and gentlemen, we've had finishes determined by hundredths of seconds. Taylor wins at Daytona International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. We will have the official standings pulled up on the bottom right of your screen. I'll take her off here. Congratulations to Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. We have other races and speed weeks left. And of course, I'm going to stream them once again. My streaming ability is back. So keep an eye out on that, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor Fry will get his 3rd win in a row at a race at Daytona. May not be the Pepsi 400 or the Daytona 500, but Taylor has won at Daytona before, and he's won it 3 times as he's burning it down. This is first attempt in the Metallica Ride the Lightning car, and in the first ever Nextel Cup Series race, it has been won by a Penske driver, and his name is Taylor Fry. He's burning it down in victory lane, ladies and gentlemen. And we do have some interviews. We don't have much interviews. We only have 2. But we have interviews to show off to these drivers, I guess. So we will take it to the interviews. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just go to the interviews. Standing by with the 2nd place driver, Christopher Rowan. Chris, tell us what's been going on. What was going on through your head the last couple of laps? They were pretty intense. What was going on?
Yeah, I was just, the first time around, I was thinking maybe I could get around the 12th, but it just didn't have the help to go with me. Got back in line, got up back to 2nd, and just tried my hardest to see if I could edge him out back to the start-finish line, but I just didn't have anything. The Oreo dodge was great all night. It just got marred back in traffic, and but yeah, it's overall a solid run for our team. And we'll come back strong in the We'll come back strong and get him in the shootout.
And that was Christopher Owen, bridesmaid, but pretty happy. Let's go on to victory lane.
I'll interview Taylor. Sitting by here, Taylor Fry, he gets out of the car to celebrate. Taylor, you don't have a drink.
Coke. He's Coke.
Yeah, yes, Coke. I forgot.
He's holding
it. Coke spraying everywhere. Oh, he's not gonna slip like
somebody.
Anyways, Taylor, great driving first off on the final lap there. Second off, how'd you do it?
When the green flag dropped, I laid back, and the start of the car was not great. The car was slow, it didn't run right, and was loose. Then Johnny Benson blew up. A shame for that. But when he blew up and the caution came out, I thought this was going to be some hope. And then stayed out, and I got the competition yellow, and then went down pit road. Managed to get enough fuel, and a couple accidents later, we found ourselves up to the front. And then the 2 leaders wrecked each other. Probably communication issues. I don't know what was going on, but we just had to hold off Christopher Rowan, and we did. And I was terrified for a moment that the car was going to jump out. I was going to spin. I was going to get in the wall because Bobby Hamilton and Noah Robb did it to the Truck Series, and I thought it was going to be a repeat of that, except without a lap car in the way. All in all, competition was great, though. Not really much of an issue with anybody on track. That just goes to show that 2004 is definitely going to be one hell of a year for competition.
Taylor, this is your 3rd straight win in the Speed Weeks at Daytona. So, with that being said, do you think this year is your year to Daytona?
I don't know about the 500, considering it's going to be a heck of a race, but there's plenty of other chances for us winning here at Daytona, especially the shootout and the duels, and maybe the 500, but a lot of stuff is going to have to go our way for 200 laps.
All right, that's Taylor Fry. He is the winner of the top 15 race here at Daytona, sponsored by Lay's.
And we would like to report that Matt Kenseth has been transported to Halifax Medical Center. His condition right now is unknown, but we will keep you updated as the story goes on.
From us here at NBC, thanks for joining us tonight. It was a real wild night. We had a lot of cars go up and smoke and sparks and flames. Join us next week for the Flood Shootout. No, wait, what comes first? Duels?
Duels, then the shootout.
No, it's the shootout,
shootout, then the duels.
Yeah, okay, so I was right. Join us next week for the Budweiser Shootout. Gonna have some of NASCAR's best. All the previous pole sitters basically are gonna be in it, and previous winners of the Bud Shootout. We'll see you then.
Next up is Ice Dancing to the hits of Motown.